Hey there, good people of social media. A while ago I posted a video about how my daughter was exposed to age-inappropriate images, erotic images at her nursery in a child's book. Images of men in leather bondage gear with moulded cod pieces, I think they're called, around their crotches. Definitely something that should be of a higher age rating. Anyway, if you've seen the video, you'll know that I removed my daughter immediately from the nursery. The nursery defended their use of the images. They said they're entirely appropriate. At least that was the initial reaction from the staff. So I removed her and submitted a formal safeguarding complaint to the trustees, and then, well, went on holiday. Come back from holiday, I've got the answer. I've got a bit of a response here. Some good, some bad. The good thing is that they have recognized the images are age inappropriate. So the trustees agree with us, thankfully. So the staff, the nursery staff, thought they were fine. Experienced, trained staff think it's okay to expose kids to this sexual nonsense, to put it mildly. But the trustees took a different view and agreed, and they have apologized. Wonderful. The book has been removed. Wonderful. But it's not all good. They say the book was recommended, I'm reading here by the way, the book was recommended by Hull City Children's Library as part of the Malarkey Children's Book Event. This is an annual celebration of children's literature, stories and illustrations. Yes, it's an annual thing, takes place in Hull East Park. Big attendance, everyone celebrates books. Wonderful. We were one of many educational settings across Hull to purchase Grandad's Pride. That's the name of the book. We are also aware you can hire this book, which would be found in the preschool section of most libraries in Hull and the East Riding, as it is classified suitable for 3 to 6 year olds. Now, we've contacted Hull libraries. They don't have the book in stock yet because it's a relatively new book. But we do know someone, in fact, actually, it was the trustee who sent us this email. She said to me that her 6-year-old granddaughter has found the book in the children's section of East Riding of Yorkshire libraries. And they're one of many educational settings to have purchased the book, which says to me that nurseries and schools and libraries and others maybe all across Hull have purchased this book. And it's out there. Now, I'm quite confident that my own daughter is now protected from these images, at least for now. We've taken her out of the nursery. The nursery have removed the book anyway, so all the other kids at that nursery hopefully are protected. But what about all the other kids in Hull? So, with that in mind, we have reached out to a number of newspapers and media outlets to raise awareness. So we've contacted the Hull Daily Mail to let them know that this is going on, because I think parents need to know that these books are out there and they're not being told. And I think parents should have a say when it comes to whether their children, I'm talking 3-4-year-old children, they should have a say in whether they are exposed to these sexually inappropriate images. And it's not just me who is saying they're sexually inappropriate. The trustees of my nursery have investigated thoroughly and also claim that they're inappropriate and have removed the book. And they're the professionals. Now, one worrying thing about my nursery, my daughter's nursery, is that they were unable to explain to me why the book was approved for use in the first place. The nursery staff initially said to me, when I challenged them, they said, well, the children don't understand what's erotic and sexual, you see, and they won't perceive it to be erotic and sexual because they don't know what that is. And so it's okay. Right? No. I could start to expose myself and molest myself in front of a young child and they wouldn't understand what was happening. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Savile did that kind of thing. And the poor kids didn't understand what the hell was going on. And that doesn't make it okay. Grown-ups understand this. Nursery staff at my ex-nursery do not. Now, when I've interrogated the trustee, bless her, I did give her a bit of a a bit of an interrogation, and I kept asking why was it authorized in the first place? And she keeps coming back to her response. I can read here. She kept coming back to, well, I'm sorry you perceived the response of the staff to be that way. And then she went on to say, but the staff allowed the book because they didn't think the children would perceive it to be erotic or sexual. So it goes back to my initial complaint. Does the perception of a child determine whether something is age appropriate or not? No, it doesn't. I've done a tremendous amount of safeguarding training. I've worked in the educational sector. I have volunteered and continue to volunteer with young, vulnerable children. And I've done a lot of safeguarding training, and I do not remember anywhere in my safeguarding training over the past 10 plus years that it is the perception of the child, whether the child perceives it to be wrong, that determines whether it's appropriate or not. No, it's the grown-ups who determine that it's appropriate. Anyway, if anyone has a contact in the media, someone they know that they could put me in touch with, so we can raise awareness of this, I'd be more than happy to share details, interview, anything to spread the message. But I think it's really important that we get this absolute filth out of our children's schools and nurseries. I'm all for celebrating tolerance. I'm all for celebrating equality. I'm all for making sure kids don't judge other kids for the parents they've got and all of that. Fine, no issue with that. But when it comes to men with leather cod pieces moulded around their crotch, I don't want my 4-year-old daughter looking at it, quite frankly. Nor my 9-year-old, to be perfectly honest. It was like a scene out of the Blue Oyster Bar, da-da-da-da-da-da, if you remember that Police Academy movie. Great movie. Right? But you just wouldn't want your 4-year-old daughter looking at that, would you? That scene in particular. Anyway, if you've got any contacts in the media, tag them below.